I am the director. I'll start that one right over. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marimar Miguel Zuniga. I am the Director of Student Success and Academic Services here at the Texas State Round Rock campus, and I'll pop it over to Danielle to introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Danielle Franco-Denman. I'm the Academic Advisor 1 here at Texas State Round Rock campus, and I'll be the advisor that's helping you to schedule your courses throughout your semesters or your first semesters here.
Awesome. So this morning we're so excited to have everyone here. If you're watching this after the fact, we're excited that you're excited about coming to Texas. We are in the point of the semester where folks have applied, they've been admitted, and we're going to try to go through some stuff that you need to get done before coming to campus. The reason for this is that you may be receiving information from any number of schools, but if you want to get to Texas State, we want to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful on your journey over here. And so I've shared a PowerPoint screen. Can I get a thumbs up if you can see it properly? Okay, perfect. And we will get started once I figure out how to start. There we go. So this information specifically for first year students. If you are a transfer student, there will be some tweaks to the information that we are sharing with you today, in particular as you are getting advised. But for the most part, all of this information applies to all of our students. So we know that you may have questions about what you're going to do next, where you're going to find this information, where you're going to live while you're attending the Texas State University of Round Rock campus, when and how will you register for classes, what happens at your NSO, can you get help paying for college, what is the TSI assessment, do you have to take it? The answer is yes. And so, and are vaccinations required? Absolutely yes. So we'll go through every single one of these questions and hopefully answer your burning questions along the way. If we did not cover something that you are interested in getting information about, please type into the chat and we will answer it toward the end. If you have questions about something that's on the slide, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question as we're going through it. So first and foremost, as you apply to Texas State University, whether you use the Common App or Apply Texas, you've received information to help you log into your Texas State application status portal. This will take you through every single step you need to get to becoming a Bobcat and starting classes, from admissions to registration, and it will update depending on which step you're at. You can see the next step screen. You can see that there's some required tasks and how to complete them. So NSO sign up is in here along with academic advising, a housing contract or exemption. We'll talk a little bit about that in a bit, and the TSI requirement. And so you'll see here that your name will show up here. Your campus will also show on this top left corner. So you want to make sure that if you are coming to the Round Rock campus, that is reflected for you on the screen. On the right-hand side, it'll show you what your status is. Some students may have still been applied. Some of y'all may be admitted, so you'll see it yellow. And then when you are complete with all of your steps, it will say you are good to go and it'll turn green. And so think of it like a traffic light. Red is some things are missing, yellow is you still have some stuff missing, and green is you're good to go. The required tasks will show you what you're missing. So you'll see here that this student has not signed up for NSO, has not done their academic advising form, and has not done their housing contract or exemption. There are some other items that will show up under here, but each student will have a personalized page, and you can find that by visiting this website at the bottom right, admissions.txst.edu/portal, and that is the same portal for both the San Marcos campus and the Round Rock campus. And I could have started with that introduction, the difference between the two campuses. San Marcos campus is located just south of Austin, Texas. If you're looking at a big old map of Texas, Austin's right in the middle. San Marcos is south of it. Round Rock is north of Austin. And while the distance may be less than 50 miles, the time in between that it takes us to travel from one place to the other can be anywhere from 1 hour to 2 hours on a bad day of traffic. And so as you're considering where you're starting your school journey, keep that in mind that sometimes courses are available at both campuses and some people are able to manage. But if you're not going to be driving your own vehicle, if you don't have reliable transportation, the distance is pretty big to be commuting between the two campuses. With that said, housing in Round Rock, where you're going to be living. Freshmen are required to live on campus in San Marcos, with a few exceptions. Freshmen are not required to live on campus at Round Rock. The reason for that is that we do not have housing complexes on campus, and so we don't have the dorms, we don't have residence halls or apartments on campus. There are apartment complexes all around us, but they are not managed by the university. To find more information on housing around the area, the the Department of Housing and Residence Life houses an off-campus housing marketplace, which will make it easy for you to navigate and see how far a complex is from either the Round Rock campus or the San Marcos campus. And so you can go in there, explore with the map, see how far away you want to live from the campus. If there are any questions specifically about the housing marketplace or the housing exemption, those can be directed to reslife@txstate.edu, and they will be happy to help you. If your campus code, so as you're applying, if you are committed to coming to Round Rock, you are eligible for the housing exemption, as stated up here, through the San Marcos campus. And so that should be automatically applied to your account, so you won't have that hold. However, if there's a glitch in the system, if you change your location after the fact, any little switch in your application could trigger an error, and then there's just errors in the system. And so if you do have questions, if your housing exemption hasn't gone through, please feel free to contact us or contact ResLife. As long as your campus code is listed as Round Rock, you are eligible for that on-campus housing exemption, so that you can live in an apartment here in the Round Rock area. New student orientation at the Round Rock campus. All new Texas State students are required to attend. Sign up online for program sessions that will take place in June and July. It is now available for you to sign up. You go to your application status portal and you'll be able to log in and see that. We understand that there are some students that may not be available to be in the United States June and July. There more than likely will be a session in August for you to attend. More details on that piece will be posted later. We do not open up those sessions all at once because we want to make sure that we are filling classes as they are available so that our students attend as early as possible to ensure that they sign up for courses and don't get left with an incomplete schedule or anything. So we want to make sure that students are signed up earlier. The earlier, the better in the summer. The one-day program does include informational sessions to help you prepare for your time at Texas State. So you'll hear from financial aid, you'll hear from campus activities, you'll hear from health and wellness and well-being resources on campus, everything geared to help you be a successful student here on campus. You'll participate in fun activities while learning about Texas State resources, the history, and the traditions at the university. So academic advising and registration are a separate process from your NSO and can occur before or after your orientation session. And this advising session is dependent on you completing several other tasks to make sure that you are ready to go. The new Bobcat advising process will help you plan your first semester schedule and register you for classes. To become advising and enrollment ready, and this will be the qualification you see in the application status portal, you must sign up for an NSO. You must submit a housing contract or an exemption. Again, that exemption is the one I was talking about, you living you attending school in Round Rock and not being required to live on campus. And you must satisfy the Texas Success Initiative requirement. This one is very important because just because it has the name Texas in front of it doesn't mean it only applies to Texas students. This does apply to all students, international and domestic. And so I do encourage you to go search for the TSI requirement and do the TSI assessment if you are not exempt via the SAT and ACT, depending on which test scores you submitted for admissions review. To ensure accurate advising, you should be ready to declare your major. So be ready to tell the advising team what major you're interested in pursuing. At the Round Rock campus, we do have a limited number of majors available for students and an even more limited list of majors available for international students. The reason for that is that as international students, you're required to take a minimum of 9 credit hours face-to-face. While most of our programs do have that requirement, there are some programs that just do not have that opportunity. And so I believe your recruitment flyer does reflect that. Courtney, you've shared this information with students. Your team has shared that with students before.
Yes, and I do have the flyer too that I can upload in the chat for everybody.
Amazing. Thank you. You will also be, so getting back to accurate advising, you should be ready to submit any college credit transcripts, any AP or IB credit scores, and any SAT or ACT scores for consideration. If anybody is pursuing, for example, computer science, your SAT scores can make a difference between you starting in college algebra and pre-cal or even calculus. And it's going to depend on those scores. The higher the score, the better. There's no right way or another. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. I muted before that went off. We've had some dust storms and so got up my nose. Your SAT scores can make the difference between where you start. Again, there's no right place to start. But it will make the difference on course availability. So for example, depending on when you finish your math requirement, you become eligible to take a course called Computer Science 1428. That course is only offered in the fall semester. And so we want to make sure that you are on track to take those courses, because should you not take those courses, or should you fail the course in the semester that you're taking it, it will not be available the following semester. And Danielle, who is on screen, is here to help you track those courses and stay on track with your degree plan. I will pause here and open the floor to Danielle to see if she wants to add anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to let you guys know that you should be ready to declare your major at Texas State Round Rock campus. And that's because we offer not as many majors as Texas State San Marcos campus. And so those will need to be listed. We would need to have that information in, but that does not mean that you are locked into that major. If you get here and you've done a semester or even 2 semesters and you decide this isn't what I want to do, this isn't aligned with my future goals or my career expectations, that's okay. Come in and talk to us, talk to me, and we can change your major to something else. It doesn't mean that you're locked in for all 4 or 5 years, however long you're here for, before you can make a change. So we can explore different options for you and make something or make a decision that's based more or aligned more with your future goals. And so, yes, and I'm the person here at Texas State Round Rock that you will be speaking to in regards to your course schedule, planning your future schedules for the future semesters. And that's really, I'm a first year advisor, so I will help you navigate that for your first and second semester and then get you ready for your sophomore year. Come your second year at Texas State Round Rock, hopefully we've found a major that fits your goals and your needs. And then I will, excuse me, I will pass you along to an advisor that's specific in your college. And so that they can give you a little bit more accurate advising moving forward. And as Manimar was saying, that may be dependent on if you passed the correct course in the sequence, or maybe you need to take another offering of Math 1324 or a different science class moving forward, especially if you're a student that's interested in like the nursing program. That sequence is very locked in. And so coming your sophomore year, junior and senior year, you will be speaking with an advisor that's specific to your degree plan, the declared major that you're choosing. That does not mean that I'm not available to you or that our office is not available to you. If you ever have quick questions or you just need someone to talk to, you're always welcome to come in and ask us questions, and we can help either connect you with the next person that's available to you, or we can give you some guidance to set your mind at ease. So if you ever have any questions, please stop in or please send me an email, and I'll put my email in the chat. And you're welcome to just reach out about any questions about advising and scheduling your plan or planning your schedule for the first couple of semesters here at Texas State Round Rock.
Thank you, Danielle. So let's move on to talk about the Texas Success Initiative. This is a state legislative program to improve student success. Essentially, the TSI assessment, the TSIA2 as it's coded, exam measures skills in mathematics, reading, and writing, and must be taken before registration. It is available at Texas State in person or remotely, or at local community colleges. I know it may be difficult to find overseas, but please note that Texas State does offer a remote testing option. You are able to apply to take this test as many times as needed to reach the threshold for college readiness measures. So to get the scores that you need to start at the college without the developmental classes. Now, say you don't reach the scores that you need, there are developmental coursework that you can register for. I will warn you, that does take up the entire semester when you are here. So if you, for some reason, don't score well in your reading and writing exam, you will take your English 1310 class, and then a separate class to help you get to the right college ready level as you're starting your journey. That also means that those are 6 out of your 12 hours of your course registration. And so we want to encourage you to put your best foot forward on these exams so that you can start your college level coursework as quickly as possible so that you can get to graduation as quickly as possible. Of course, if you need the added support, we are here to help you. The testing center, the testing, evaluation, and measurement center does have free resources to help you prepare for your TSI assessment. There is a Canvas course that you can use throughout the summer to make sure that you are ready for the TSI assessment. If you want to take the assessment first, at the end of May, and then continue testing once a month, that is totally doable. If you test one day and you're like, I was short 1 point, I'm sure I can get it, you are free to test the next day. Just note that there are some proctoring requirements. You do have to do it through the software that is required by the system. Now, if you end up not testing while you are abroad, once you come to campus, you will not be able to register for classes until you take that test. And so say you arrive at to the Round Rock, Austin area in August, you will not have a campus schedule, a class schedule, until you take this assessment for the first time. Whether or not you meet the requirements for college for the courses, you still need to have a record on file for the TSI assessment. Now, you can receive exemptions, as I mentioned earlier, based on your SAT or ACT, if provided, or via dual credit. So if you've received, I believe, say you got a 600 in your SAT math, that would qualify you for an exemption in the math portion of the TSI assessment. And all we would need are your test scores to define that exemption. If you got below the required threshold, I believe it's a 550, then you do have to take the TSI until you are able to score at the minimum requirements. You can find more details available at txst.edu/TSI or by contacting us. We'll be happy to walk you through that process. I will say from experience with our international students, this is the piece that folks are missing, and it becomes the most burdensome for our students. When students arrive and you have not taken this exam, you have to wait until, number one, our center is available for testing. They're not available every single day because it is by appointment only. And so we want to make sure that you are ready to test and you have already tested at least once before coming to the US. Number two, it'll take about a day for your scores to load in the system. And so as you are testing, and whether you get the minimum requirements or not, we have to wait for the test scores to update before we can give you adequate and accurate academic advising. And so I do want to make sure that you do know that, especially as some of you will arrive a week before classes start. And while we're excited to have you here, we don't want you to be stressed out about having a schedule to start your semester. Because if a class does get full and we are no longer able to accommodate you having your 9 in-person credit hours, then we are stuck in a situation where you may have to relocate campuses to the San Marcos campus. And we want to make sure to avoid that as much as possible. Are there any questions about TSI at this time? Hearing none. So financial aid and scholarships are available for international students. I do encourage you to visit the BOSS system. It's a Bobcat online scholarship system. The deadline for freshman competitive scholarships has passed. It was December 15th. But as you start your journey with Texas State University, you will receive reminders when the campus-wide scholarship application opens, typically around October, and that deadline is typically in February. There have been some changes given some calendars, but for the most part, October to February is when our campus-wide scholarships application is available. So there's more things you need to take care of before coming to campus. Texas state law requires that you be vaccinated for bacterial meningitis before coming to campus. You should submit medical documentation of your vaccination before attending NSO. And it's really before coming to campus. So you need to have either the vaccine documented, and it does have to be the MCV4 vaccine for bacterial meningitis. There's more details on your application portal. There are some bacterial meningitis vaccines that are not accepted. Just take a look at that portal, depending on what's available in your country, in your community. Make sure you do receive that vaccine before attending NSO, before coming to campus. After you graduate from high school, you must send your final transcript showing the graduation date. This must be a final sealed transcript from your school. It does take quite a while to receive your transcripts. So I advise you, as you are graduating, make sure your schools know to send them. Some schools may require that you have translated documents. If you are the first person from your country to come to Texas State in a while, they may ask for a translation of your transcripts. Brittany, I don't know do we have translation services? Can you speak to this?
Yeah, I'm happy to. So she is actually very correct when it comes to the transcript. So for example, if you're coming from a country that's not predominantly English speaking, what would happen is if your high school issues your transcript in a foreign language, we do need it in the foreign language, but we do also need it in English, as Mighty might have mentioned. So unfortunately, at our institution, we don't have translation services, but please note that you are able to use a local translation company within your country, or you can do like an online, there's a lot of online translation companies as well. We don't have a specific one that we recommend and or require students to utilize. It is completely up to you, as long, again, as we have the native language of your transcripts and the English copy from a certified translation company.
Great. And if you have any college transcript, if you did any college work while abroad, please note that those are required for dual credit coursework. The same applies for AP, IB credit. If you took any of those exams at your school, we will need to receive the official school report at Texas State. So finally, there will be an international student orientation at the Round Rock campus. This will be coordinated by the ISSS office. We do not have a date at this time, but you will receive email communication when that is scheduled. So this is in addition to your NSO, not in place of your NSO, to help you orient with the campus and get familiar with services available through ISSS. Your first day of class will be August 25th, 2025. And while we are still 5 months away from that, it's gonna fly by. And I cannot believe I just said it's 5 months away. Along with that, we have our Bobcats Back Week. This is a week-long series of events and activities that we put on to help you get acquainted with campus, meet new friends, get familiar with campus resources, and that will take place August 25th through 29th, 2025. I invite you to follow us on social media. We have the Texas State Round Rock campus on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. And actually one of our team members is online, Jocelyn. She helps us coordinate social media presence, and we would love to feature your stories. We'd love to share your excitement as you decide to come to Texas State University and you get ready to come on over from wherever you are. If you do decide to come to Texas State, if this is where you're going to end up, we'd love to share a story and take pictures, do a before and after picture as you're leaving your home country and coming to Texas State, just to help us showcase where all our students are from. Because I can tell you that our current international student population, we've had a great time just learning about our students and learning where they're from. We have quite a huge Nepali population. So we've gotten really familiar with some of their customs and their traditions as we've grown to know them as part of our Round Rock campus community. You can contact us at any time. Our phone number is 512-716-4001. This is our website and our address. And I realized I didn't put our email address on there, so I will type it in the chat. To make sure you're able to contact us via email. I know that with the time differences, depending on which country you're from, email may be the best communication for you. So we're happy to assist you, and we're very excited to have you join us in the fall. And I'm going to open up the floor for questions and take a sip of my coffee really quickly. But if y'all have questions, please let us know.
What a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. I even learned some more about Round Rock too. So I was like, oh, it's always so nice to be able to hear directly from the source. And thank you guys for taking time out of your morning to host and educate everyone more about the Round Rock campus. And thank you all who, like Maddie and I said earlier, either signed up and now you're watching the recording, or you guys that are here live today. We're very, very excited that you're considering Texas State University, especially the Round Rock campus. And if you do have any questions at any time, Maddie did put the email address in the chat, and you will have this webinar recording to refer back to if you are looking for that phone number or website. But I do not believe I see any questions here in the chat. So I will go ahead and let everyone have some more time to their day, and others, if you're going to bed since it's night for you, good night. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you all.
Have a great day, everyone.